Back at it like a crack at it, automatic like a fomatic, built from tragedy, made for static. It's your boy, Perfect Timing Podcast with the blast and the dash real fast. 2025 won't last. We back at it, man. We coming in, man, hot and ready, man. I don't mean that in no pun at all. California is on fire once again. California Palisades, man. So we're going to talk about it today, man. We're going to get some live coverage. I got a couple perspectives. You know, I like to share my unique perspective on this. You know, this conversation. It's funny, Miss Perfect Timing in the chat, because one of the things I'm going to talk about today, you see it in the title, we're going to talk about the fire insurance being canceled, which is absolutely just appalling. I have a unique perspective on the fire insurance being canceled. Do you guys know, I've talked about it many times before, that it's a law? You know, like the Affordable Care Act, one of the things that really anchored way down the Affordable Care Act was the mandate. And Trump even recently talked about he didn't like mandates. In the Affordable Care Act, what mandate specifically am I talking about? The legal mandate, where you had to have health insurance or it was against the law and you would be penalized, right? Well, in California, now think about this. This is a federal law. Everybody in the United States are beholden to insurance companies. Now, they said the insurance companies, when negotiating the Affordable Care Act, said the only way we can lower costs is if we get more people in the pool, i.e. is if you give me more money. It was almost like a shakedown of the American people. What's up, Tracy? How you doing? It was almost like a shakedown of the American people, right? I really didn't like that mandate, right? So the insurance company said the only way we're going to do this Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, is if we get more people in the pool. Now, remember I talked to you the other day about legislating behavior, right? So how do you get more people in the pool? If you say people sign up for insurance, they're not going to do it. So the insurance companies, this was another way how they just steal money and create market share. They said you have to make a law, Obama, that make all Americans like, and this is like communist, right? This is not American when you can legally make someone buy something. If this is the land of the free and the home of the brave, I'm not free if you're forcing me to make a purchase, right? That's no longer what this is if you're forcing me to make a purchase. So the Affordable Care Act had a mandate saying that you had to buy insurance from insurance companies, privately owned, not insurance companies owned by the government where you could benefit because it's your tax money you could benefit from, but privately owned. So this would go to private money. You know what I'm saying? This is how the rich work with the government to make money and the government protect the rich. Because why? How are you making me go buy something from Macy's? How can you make it a law? It's America. I got the right to go to JCPenney. I can go to Macy's. I can go wherever I want to purchase my jeans. You just made a law, Obama, that says I can only buy my jeans at Macy's. That was what everybody had a problem with the Affordable Care Act, that un-American mandate. And then who benefits? Not the American people. So now you got this fire and Pacific Palisades in California, and insurance companies have been canceling fire insurance for years now. California saying it's too much risk, but they benefit from mandates, federal mandates, draconian, communist, socialist mandates that guarantee them money. They got the money. They fill up their coffers because the American is mandated, legislated to purchase health insurance. And if not, you get a PIP. They keep your tax return. That's all of us. Now, specifically, I was going to go to California, where in California, insurance companies have a similar mandate for car insurance. Now think about how America, when they talk about America being stripped away and slipping away, how if you keep having these mandates piled on top of you, that is your freedoms being chipped away. The red, white, and blue being chipped away. Where I used to be able to go freely down the road, now I have a toll. You see in New York where you can't drive in New York unless you pay $9. In Northern California, they're bringing tolls to the freeway. Every exit is going to cost you money. They already have it in San Ramon. They already got it in San Jose and Silicon Valley. Every exit during drive time, $5 to go to the next exit. These are things mandated when I used to be able to be free. So now I'm mandated legally. I have to, by law. That's not America. I got to buy your health insurance, but I'm not buying it from the American government to where it benefits me. I'm buying it from some private dude where it makes him rich and he could buy a big old pool. And then in California, so that's one mandate. In California, I got the healthcare mandate. But on top of that, I have another mandate where I have to buy car insurance. So in California, legally, you can't drive, and this is not the only state, unless I buy car insurance. It's against the law. They make you legislatively purchase car insurance. They make you legislatively purchase health care. But adversely, the healthcare company can cut me off. The insurance company can cancel. How can I be legally mandated to purchase? This is America. I'm a citizen. I got more rights, but citizens, they say companies got rights and treated like humans. I'm an American citizen. I am legally mandated. That's violating my rights, but we all agreed to it because we want affordable care. I have to buy health insurance or I get a tax penalty. In California, you have to buy car insurance. And to purchase a house, you have to buy home insurance. But the insurance company can cancel me at any time. How is that? And I'm not trying to ask for a handout. When I say fair, the word is just. How is that just in American that you mandate me and you fill up your coffers and you make money every month on insurance premiums from healthcare, car insurance, because it's the same companies who are selling the health insurance, who are selling the car insurance, who gave your grandma the fire insurance and then cancel her fire insurance. How is that legal? Where's the mandate that says that they have to provide fire insurance? Let's go to the first video, because one of the first videos that I found that may help some people with family members. Hey, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe as y'all come in, man. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe as y'all come in. One of the things that I found that this first video is going to be very helpful to people. Let me get up a banner real quick. Is this report that I found here about insurance. And then this is going to be something that we're a conservative channel over here. So, you know, if you go on X right now, you're going to see some scathing reviews of the governor of California, right? There's people really going at the governor of California. One of the things I know, my Mrs. Perfect Timing might be bouncing in and out. Kenzie and Red may be bouncing in and out. Salute to everybody. God bless y'all, man, for supporting the channel. Gavin Newsom is catching hell on X. And one of the reasons why is one of the things that Donald Trump, why he brought on Musk and Vivek. He talked about, even in the debates, he talked about the EPA. He talked about climate control and how people in this business, because climate control and the EPA and the things surrounding it has become a market and a business. And Trump talked about how a lot of people make money and prohibit actual growth in America. So one day I'm with my wife talking about the wildfires, because these wildfires happen so much. And I'm sharing with my wife, you know, when I was a kid, I used to see these black hills. And I asked my dad, and my dad said that was a controlled burn. The fire department would do controlled burn. You know, hey, baby, I was just doing some research. I'm going to show it. They changed the name from controlled burn to prescribed burn. Do y'all believe that? It's no longer controlled burn, it's prescribed burn. And that's because of the EPA. So my wife is like, well, she didn't know what that was. So I'm like, yeah, the fire department would do these burns. And my wife, we in the car driving. I told this story before. So she takes out her phone. She goes to the Google and she Googles controlled burn. And, you know, my wife is highly intelligent. She works in government. So I value my intelligence, right? So I'm telling to my wife about the controlled burns, and she looks it up on her phone and she said, oh, Daddy, it's outlawed. They outlaw control. I said, what are you talking about? They outlaw control burn. She pulled up the law. She said the EPA and climate control. See, this is what's happening underneath these protests. Like, if you're not politically advantageous, paying attention to legislation being passed by when you vote in your congressman, your supervisor, your local representative, they create legislation. They create these bills. Now, I didn't know, but my wife got on the phone, looked up. Yeah. So now when you hear The governor of California referred to what we know as controlled burns as prescribed burns. It is because of the EPA and the Environmental Protection Agency, like Trump said, who've been stopping things like cleaning up the forest. If you could, I was on X. I might bring up the video where Trump is saying that what's wrong with California is California refuses to clean up their forests. So think about how compounded the problem is if your home is on fire right now. They canceled your fire insurance. Despite living in California where you're supposed to be a free American citizen and you're mandated to buy health insurance and car insurance, they cancel your fire insurance. And unbeknownst to you, the legislators have caved in to the liberal EPA and took away the ability to clean up the forest. My wife read to me as we drove about how you can't move a tree. When a tree falls and the tree dies, and it's just all this tinder in the forest because the EPA came through and said, nope, can't do that no more. Can't do that no more. Man, the fires in California are so bad, babe. They brought back the controlled burns secretly. So people don't even know, because I think the liberals in California would go crazy if they knew that controlled burn, but really controlled burns haven't come back. So this is how they do politics. And they do this to us. You need to pay attention. So they're not controlled burns anymore. They're prescribed burns. Ain't that some shit? Because they recognize what Trump said was a fact. Look at Miss Perfect Time said. She said, they are prohibiting farmers in San Joaquin County from burning the waste on their farms. So now they have to dispose of their own waste, having to pay to dispose it. Man, I seen a story, babe, on Twitter where there's a black fire chief in LA. Right now, one of the issues with the fires is the fire department don't have enough support, materials. And in 2022, you know what the black fire chief of LA did? He sent supplies to the Ukraine. To get political, democratic, liberal brownie points. This is happening with blacks in politics across the board. If you look at the Democrats in Fulton County, the Democrats in New York, this is happening across the board for butter biscuits, baby. Butter biscuits. For butter biscuits, he sent supplies to the Ukraine in hopes that he would get some political credit. He could stay chief longer or matriculate into a city position. But now, LA is on fire. You see houses burning and no fire trucks, no fire hoses. And what we're finding out is they're depleted. They need money, but you just sent all this shit to Ukraine. Y'all haven't even been paying attention to what's been going on under this Democratic administration. Imagine if you would have voted the Democrats in for another 4 years. Boy, it would have been hell to pay. Right now, they are burning up on fire. You don't see no fire trucks. You don't see no fire hoses. How do you feel knowing? And I would add, why Los Angeles? Of all the places, California deal with wild. We've been dealing with wild. I'm gonna show you video from 6 years. This is part of California, Southern California wildfire. What provocative the fire chief of LA, maybe somewhere where the Great Lakes, where it's 1,000 lakes or something like that. Where it's so much water, if it's a fire, they can just go to a fucking Lake Erie and put the fire out. But fucking Los Angeles, where wildfires grow on trees, you send equipment to the Ukraine? And you grandstand on the podium? We stand with Ukraine. You stand in dog shit. Now, I want to share this video for anybody, family in California, their house is on fire and their life insurance policy got canceled. Listen to the whole video, and I pray it helps people out there. We're going to keep on going and keep helping.
Insurance Commissioner hosting a virtual hearing today in the wake of several years of deadly wildfires. Ricardo Lara says that it is made getting homeowner insurance more difficult and expensive for many Californians who live in rural areas.
I have heard your nightmarish fears of losing everything that is precious to you despite your heroic efforts to protect your homes, families, and communities from these wildfires and the unfathomable frustration endured over losing your insurance anyway, even after everything you've done to protect your home. And despite all the actions that you took to reduce the risk and to stay insurable.
According to the State Department of Insurance, the number of insurance plans that were not renewed last year was up 31% compared to 2018. And for those who can't find an insurance policy, there's the California FAIR Plan, which provides insurance as a last resort. The number of FAIR Plan policies was up 36% in 2019 from the year before. And Lara says that the goal of today's virtual meeting was to develop standards that homeowners should take to protect their homes and apply them to all insurance companies, create insurance incentives for people who take those steps, and give transparency to homeowners about their wildfire risk score and how they can bring that down.
I thought that was the one where he said something about a year. There may be
that the goal of today's virtual meeting was to develop standards that homeowners should take to protect their homes and apply them to all insurance companies, create insurance incentives for people who take those steps, and give transparency to homeowners about 2018.
So it was one video. So that's more evidence about them stopping the. And that gentleman on the interview was the gentleman who is in charge of the insurance companies, which I don't know if I would trust that guy. These are political appointed positions. I don't think you guys knew that gentleman is the guy who's in charge of your reason to negotiate with the insurance companies, right? So let's look at more the insurance policies being canceled. Because this is what you're not going to hear about in today's coverage. I just think it's extremely un-American that we get mandated to purchase insurance on multiple levels, but the insurance companies can cancel insurance.
California's wildfires appear to be threatening fire insurance policies. An Oak Park homeowner says her insurance company canceled her policy because her home is so close to hillsides and the risk was just too high. California's insurance commissioner says claims for just the Carr and Mendocino fires this year totals more than $800 million. Last year, state wildfires caused more than $11 billion in damage.
Now think about what they're saying. They saying that people had insurance. I didn't do anything wrong to lose my insurance. I didn't like build a fire tinderbox in my backyard. I didn't do anything. The insurance company who gave me my fire insurance simply assessed the fact that it's too much of a risk. And despite that, I've been paying into a bucket. Y'all know how insurance works. Everybody paying to a bucket. And when you get a fire or you get into a car accident, you get to withdraw out of that bucket. Now, maybe you've paid in more, maybe you paid in less. It doesn't matter. Whatever I paid in, if I've been paying insurance for 20 years, I get into a car accident, the insurance company really is the winner, right? The insurance company really is the winner because I get like a couple grand for that car accident. But I've paid insurance for my whole life. You have elderly people who've lived in this area for over 50 years, paid insurance, and the insurance companies in 2020 and 2022, based on risk assessment, say, you know what, I'm not going to cover you anymore. But there's no reciprocation on all the money that I've paid into that insurance policy. I don't get anything back. How is this fair, just, and legal in America?
Liability risk to private landowners when managing prescribed burns on their property. KSBY News reporter Alexa Bertola is going in depth to explain what some say is a monumental move.
A new law is encouraging private landowners in California to fight fire with fire. Now, it may sound counterintuitive, but the goal is to cut down on catastrophic wildfires that have been burning in the Golden State year after year. Local cattle rancher Jerry Williams says his family has done prescribed burning for almost 40 years.
It's opened up a lot of country here for our cattle, for the wildlife. We've seen a lot more native species coming back now.
The Williams, however, took a 10-year hiatus from setting these planned fires, which Jerry says has maintained the health of their land.
It was expensive, for one-day insurance. And as more insurance companies now have been leaving California, it became almost impossible.
He says the liability was just too high.
See, check this out. Y'all hear the story? This is the real truth about what I'm saying and the real truth behind. So there's a fire in Southern California, but everybody's asking, why do y'all have fires all the time? Why y'all can't solve this problem? Did you hear what he said? I'm going to replay it. I'm going to rewind it. He said, 10 years I went without doing this. And he said, and I'm telling you, the beginning of this story, they referred to it as prescribed burns. They've been forced to allow people to do this again when they stopped individuals for over 10 years. And now we have a tinderbox in California. For everybody not living here wondering how and why this is happening. 10 years when Trump said it. We even got people from outside of the country looking at it. It's so many fires, so much death and destruction. Europe and other countries who have solved this problem are looking at California like, why haven't you guys spent 10 years? So we gonna investigate like a college thing and see why California, and they found it's because California don't clean up the forest, the dead trees, and all the things that this guy just explained. 5 years he wasn't allowed to do this. And he said he had to do it because, look, babe, this is what I was saying earlier. New prescribed burn law. This is new, everybody. 10 years went by and they weren't legally allowed. Mrs. Perfect Time just put in the chat where they weren't illegally allowed. This is the brand new law. So me and my Miss Perfect Time was in the car. She looked it up, and then controlled burns were outlawed. So in replace of controlled burn, now think about this shit, man. How it makes no sense that we got to go in circles. These are what politicians do. And then in between these years, people have died, lost homes, lost property, lost money. Insurance companies have gotten rich as hell, though. American people have suffered. So now, check this out, Mrs. Perfect Timing. No more controlled burns. We have prescribed burn law. Brand new, babe. Hot off the presses. Prescribed burn. And when you listen, anybody watching right now, because a lot of people after the podcast, it's hard to get away from this coverage right now. It's viral across everything. So you may see the governor of California. If you watch the news in California, you may see the governor of California talking. And when you hear the governor of California, you may hear a term, prescribed burn. Today, on the OG Perspective, Perfect Time Podcast, you just got educated on what he is talking about when he says prescribed burns. These are the controlled burns that was stopped by climate control enthusiasts, liberals, and the EPA. Shout out to Trump 2025. Man, thank God we in the building and this liberal shit. Justin Trudeau stepping down. The liberal shit got to go, bro. The liberals been causing so much damage to the regular, everyday working people. This is a regular farmer who make your food.
Birds on their property. KSBY News reporter Alexa Bertola is going in depth to explain what some say is a monumental move.
A new law is encouraging private landowners in California to fight fire with fire. Now, it may sound counterintuitive, but the goal is to cut down on catastrophic wildfires that have been burning in the Golden State year after year. Local cattle rancher Jerry Williams says his family has done prescribed burning for almost 40 years.
It's opened up a lot of country here for our cattle, for the wildlife. We've seen a lot more native species coming back now.
The Williams, however, took a 10-year hiatus from setting these planned fires, which Jerry says has maintained the health of their land.
It was expensive, for one-day insurance. And as more insurance companies now have been leaving California, it became almost impossible.
He says the liability was just too high until now. A new law that went into effect on January 1st essentially takes a private citizen off the hook if their burn gets out of control, as long as a basic set of conditions are met.
The proof of liability has gone from you are guilty until proven innocent, where now, upon certification, you are innocent until proven guilty. Having the law in place really
This is
to explain what some say is a monumental move.
injured and structures damaged.
this is EPA. This is the EPA. Now, did you know that in America, we've been learning a lot with the YSL. He said the EPA they're not saying the whole story. He said he had to take a break for 10 years. I'm telling you why he had to take a break for 10 years. Mr. Perfect Timing found it. The EPA prohibited him from doing controlled burns. They did it for 40 years. 10 years he had to stop. You know why? Because there was a law that was in place by the EPA and climate control liberal enthusiasts that said you were guilty until proven innocent in America, bro. So today I'm telling you a lot of socialist, communist bullshit that the liberals was doing for the past 4 years, mandating healthcare, mandating car insurance, but allowing insurance companies to rip the legs out from underneath your grandmother. And at the same time, outlawing ability for you to clean up your own property, with Mr. Perfect Timing put in the chat. Along with that, there were EPA regulations that said if you did burn on your property, you were guilty. And you had to go to court and prove your innocence. So nobody took the risk. So California turned into a tinderbox in America. And these ain't even black people, these good old boys, guilty until
Back on track.
There will be wildfires. They will be out of control. And if we guilty, having the law in place now, upon certification, you are guilty until proven innocent, where now, upon certification, you are innocent until proven guilty.
wow.
Having the law in place really just helps us ease our nerves.
Since the mid-1950s, the Santa Barbara County Range Improvement Association has burned upwards of 8,000 acres a year. They too took a decade-long hiatus due to regulations, but they're now back on track.
Y'all hear it? Y'all hear it? Shout out to Mrs. Perfect Timing, man. You get props. My beautiful, intelligent wife, man. My beautiful, intelligent wife, man. She impressed me so much all the time, man. I love you, baby. You see, the first time when they talked about the 10-year break, she didn't admit that it was because of regulations. We caught her ass. Didn't we catch her ass, y'all? Did we catch her? That's what we do here. That's what we do here. I want to educate people. I seen one of my favorite comedians, babe, Sebastian, had a short. He said, what's up with the fire? He from New York, but he owned a house in California. And he said, what's up with the fires in California? Why is it like this? I want to give people background information. What's going on in California? Why is it like this? Caught their ass, babe. Caught their ass.
Regulations, but they're now back on track. They too took a decade-long hiatus due to regulations, but they're now back on track.
There will be wildfires. They will be out of control. And if we cannot do something to minimize that risk, there will be a lot more people injured and structures damaged, destroyed.
Opponents of the new law have argued that reducing liability for fire disasters complicates the recovery process for wildfire victims. The change in the law comes as a raging wildfire in the Big Sur area late last month was sparked by hot embers from a pile burning operation. The roughly 700-acre blaze forced the closure of Highway 1 for several days and threatened more than 200 structures, destroying one. Meanwhile, more than 2.5 million acres burned across California last year alone. 7 of the top 10 most destructive fires in California's history have happened since 2015.
I would say from the position where I'm at, which is working with prescribed fire practitioners on the ground, that this new law is a really excellent first step towards what could be sort of a game-changing sea change where you see a lot more prescribed fire and in particular private citizen-led prescribed fire.
According to the U.S.
Y'all hear that? This is illuminating to anybody who really paying attention to the subject. This is really illuminating. Like for a lot of people today who don't understand what's going on in California, now they understand. 10 years. So they showed a graph. Let's go back to that graph that coincides with this 10-year prohibition, right? This graph, if you go back to this graph, 2015, what is 2015 to 2025, everybody? What is 2015 to 2025? 2015 to 2025 is 10 years. So at the beginning of this moratorium, this is when you see the influx and increase. It's almost like it happened on purpose. Or is it a conspiracy theory? You know, you can't say that no more, but it ain't no more conspiracy theories because everything is true. This is not a coincidence. It completely jives with the 10-year moratorium. And then the firefighter said, this is a game changer. This is a game changer.
have happened since 2015.
I would say from the position where I'm at, which is working with prescribed fire practitioners on the ground, that this new law is a really excellent first step towards what could be sort of a game-changing sea change where you see a lot more prescribed fire, and in particular private citizen-led prescribed fire.
According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, California has 33 million acres of forest land. 60% of it is publicly owned, and the remaining 40% is owned privately. For those private landowners like Williams, the recent shift in the law is setting the stage for him and others across the state to wield what some call the good fire.
It's made a huge difference for all of us, and it's inspiring people to start doing range improvement again.
Anyone who constitutes gross negligence will still be held responsible. Alexa Bertola, KSBY News.
The new California law also affirms the indigenous rights to.
Gotta get the indigenous in there. How y'all doing, man? I'm giving y'all some good game today, man. How you doing? Good algorithm. The algorithm be shitting on your boy, man. The algorithm be shitting on your boy, man. Don't trip. Don't trip, Tater Chip. Let's go to X before I do the other video. Let's go to X. Let's go to X. This is the story I was talking about earlier. Tracy said, Ukraine. Drake. Ukraine. How about the fire department? Excuse me. What are my spectacles? Get my spectacles. Let me make sure. Can y'all see that? All right, let's make it big. This is Twitter. This is LS-NIP. LS-NIP with a K. LS-NIP with a K. Look at it. I love them. Snow bunny. Snow. LS-NIP with a K. How about the fire department equipment that was sent to Ukraine and the rainwater that they have been sending to the ocean so it doesn't fill the reservoirs, causing water shortages for farmers, residents, and fire hydrants? Did y'all know about that? Huh? Perfect timing gonna bring it to you. Huh? Perfect timing gonna bring it to you. Let's make it big because you know I can't see. Y'all know I can't see, right? All right, I can see. I see you. LA joins national effort to help first responders in Ukraine Fire Department. There you go right there. There go Jesse. There go Uncle Earl. There go Jesse Earl. There go Jesse Earl right there. Uh-huh. On Thursday, the Los Angeles Fire Department joined the 4th District Los Angeles County Supervisor Janice Hahn at Fire Station 171 in the city of Inglewood. Now, ain't that something? Ain't that Inglewood, huh? Good old low income. Thank you, Do the Democrats got a type? I ain't got no type. Bad bitches is the only kind that I like. The Dems have a type. The black Democrats is the ones that they hype. Man, the Democrats got a type, boy. All the Democrats got a type. So where they go? They went to Inglewood, up to no good. Why would Inglewood, a low income, y'all know what a Title I school is? A Title I school is where 75% of the population is low income. So you go to Inglewood, one of the most impoverished low-income parts, gang-riddled Inglewood, where they need fire department. People got gunshot wounds. You know what I'm saying? They need the resources in Inglewood. But that's where we gonna go do the announcement. And it always got to be black people who show solidarity. Why do the Negro always got to show solidarity? Palestine, Ukraine. Why we can't be concerned with the American Negro? And I'm tired of seeing this same shit in Fulton County, in New York. It's these black Democrat operatives, Fannie Willis, Donna Brazile, and now you in Inglewood. I am very upset with the fact that it was an Inglewood fire station donated. We don't have it. I ain't got it. Like Little Rail said, I ain't got it. Of all the places, why did you go to Beverly Hills? I did my research and I actually read this. It's funny how when I read it, I skimmed over it. I didn't realize that this was an Inglewood. This bothers me, bro. So the fire station in Inglewood announced this fire station probably do like toy drives and shit like that, coat drives, because the people in the community is so impoverished. So they went to Inglewood to do this photo op, the Democrats. This is horrible, bro. To announce they would join a national effort to gather and donate surplus equipment gear overseas to help first responders in the country of Ukraine. In its fourth week of conflict, and then they go into all these details I'm not going to go into, as firefighters work under extreme peril to remove victims with limited resources. We felt the need. We felt the need. We felt the need. We felt the need in Inglewood. We felt the need. The black low-income people, the black fire chief, why we gotta feel the need? We felt the need to step up and help in some way, said Los Angeles County Fire Chief Daryl L. Osby. Shout out to Willie Earl. God, surplus items such as, listen to this. Listen to everybody, because you're going to hear about this. You're going to hear about the lack and the necessity for the fire. They're going to be talking about how we going to have to raise taxes and create tolls to get more money. So I heard it already. I'm going to find a news report. I saw it already where they was already talking about charging American citizens. Now, the insurance companies done got money for all this time and ain't going to cover nobody. So I don't know where that money went. Maybe the insurance companies could be paying for fire hoses and fire trucks. But insurance companies done stole all this money. And now you got people on camera, politicians talking about we got to raise taxes and we need money for more firefighters, when this is the truth. Surplus items. Why do you need to charge more in taxes? Surplus items such as hoses, nozzles, turnouts, helmets, body armor. Body armor in a state. Now think about, I'm coming at it from being from understanding low income, right? Title I, like understanding what Inglewood is, right? But beyond that, right? Beyond Inglewood being black, low income, impoverished, already an area of the city that's in need, but it's also in Southern California ripe with wildfires. Now think about this. A place where they actually fight wildfires is donating body armor. It don't even really make sense. and other associated personal protective equipment will be collected and sent to assist. That was the Ukraine. I wanted to share that with y'all. Looked like the algorithm did not want me to share that with y'all. What else we got on X? What time we got? Don't worry, algorithm. Don't worry, algorithm. hey, you gotta look at it like this. I be making the algorithm work hard, boy. I be seeing my numbers will spark up, and then the algorithm will knock them back down. You know what I'm saying? Like your mama when you try to get a drink or something. Try to get a sip of that Kool-Aid before you finish eating your food, you know? Pow! I see my numbers that go up with several digits, and then the algorithm will come, pow! So you think like the more people that watch, the algorithm will push it out, and then more people will watch. It works in the adverse but perfect time. The more people tune in and watch, the more the algorithm push a nigga down, man. Oh man. Ain't nobody giving out this information, man. Well, thank you, algorithm. Like, you should be working hard. Like, y'all getting paid to do nothing. At least you get paid to watch me. You know, it's probably all type of people watching me right now. You know what I'm saying? They should have been watching motherfucking Vegas in that Cybertruck. That's what you should have been watching. You should have been watching that F-150 that was in both places. That's what you should have been watching, but you racist fuckers is watching me. You know what I'm saying? Because my melanin, you know what I'm saying? Because my race, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. So what else is on X? Because, you know, it's going to be that type of show today. So we're going to get out of here. We're not going to even make the algorithm work that hard, you know. And brother been being real consistent, too. Putting out high quality content, you know, the algorithm, making the algorithm work hard, man. I'll be seeing my numbers. I told my baby the other day, I said, my video just stopped. You know what I'm saying? Man, we got the algorithm working hard, man. This is one of the reasons why I went in the direction that I went today. This is a Hollywood person, in his house is currently on fire right now. Now, trip off of this. Everybody on X is celebrating this person's house being on fire because he's a Trump supporter. It's ill right now on the internet. It's an evil place. But check it out. His name is James Wood, and this is what he had to say about what's going on right now. He said, actually, one of the major insurance companies canceled all the policies in our neighborhood about 4 months ago. You know, now I just scrolled up past HARP and the weather machine, because people hear, you know, all these coincidences and say, you know, did they do this on purpose? Was this a what they call it? I don't know what the word is, the catchphrase, but did the motherfuckers do this on purpose? You know what I'm saying? When you hear shit like this, it's like you think so, but I just presented to you data where they've been canceling these policies for the past 7 years. So they canceled the policies in this particular neighborhood that's on fire 4 months ago. That does look a little suspicious. Then Rick Saxton says, looks like people panicking and end up blocking roads, wrecking cars, stacked up and abandoned. Doesn't look good for those who live there. I'm wondering if insurance companies will treat them better than those that got flooded out and lost their homes in the East U.S. Appalachia show more. Wow. He's wondering if they get treated better than poor whites in Appalachia.
They're waving me down. Hi there.
No, I'm not.
That's fine. You decided not to leave.
I know I'm not supposed to be here, but this is my parents' home.
I know the feeling.
And they just lost. They got canceled from their fire insurance. So they're dealing with this. They're 90 years old. And through the state of California, because of this, they're 90 years old. They've lived in this house for 75 years, and they've had the same insurance, and these insurance people decided to cancel their fire. And we're going through this, and it just happened, and they have no fire insurance.
Now think about the math here. These are 90-year-old people. They lived here for 75 years. Now think about what I explained to you. Alonzo Hall, this would be a great topic for you. because Alonzo Hall does the life insurance. And he explains the difference between whole life and term life insurance and how you pay in, and you can use this as equity and as like, I call it a financial instrument. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's funny how life insurance works. Like you see your money as capital. That's why the Rothschilds, you know, he inculcated his power within the life insurance policies, right? But fire insurance works differently for some reason. Home insurance, you don't build your equity, even though, so I can pay into something and I never get anything out of it. That what type of some of these agreements and contracts, I believe, need to be looked at again. So the way it worked for her parents is they had fire insurance because legally it's mandated that you have the fire insurance. They may have paid in their fire insurance policy for longer than some of you are alive. And then one day, because of risk assessment analysis, they cancel a policy. This should be a product. I should own a piece of the company. I've been paying every month for 50 years. One day I may need this insurance. And you're telling me that legally, that you can just cut me off and all of the payments that I've paid for the past 50 years have no weight, no value? But if it was a whole life insurance policy, I could pay it, I could take that money and fix my house. So you telling me I should have bought life insurance instead of buying fire insurance. But the reason I didn't buy life insurance instead of fire insurance is because you made me. It's America. I should have been able freely to do with my money what I wanted to. But legally, to purchase this house, the law said I had to have fire insurance. How is it that I legally am mandated to have something that a company is not legally mandated to give me? Think about what I'm saying. If I'm legally mandated to purchase something, then adversely, as my government, you should mandate that that corporation sell me the product that you've legislated and mandated me to buy. Because then you put me in a position where I'm entrapment. Because there's an inability for me to purchase something, and that's against the law. The bank could take my home, I could go to jail. Now, this is what happens in other countries where it's not a quote unquote free country. This will happen in other countries that's not America. The government sets up a system to take your house. And you sitting at home like, what can I do? There is no government agency for you to call. There is no Eye on 7 News that's going to do a report. There is no YouTube where you can go say, hey, they made this law, and then they took away the company. So it's basically entrapment, and that's against the law. No, not in Russia. No, not in Mexico. No, you ain't in America no more. You're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. That shit's true in America. Go back to the video.
So thank you, California insurance companies, supporting residents who pay taxes and love California. And they wonder why people leave California.
First and foremost, you did get your parents out safely.
I live in Sierra Madre, and my parents are in Sierra Madre, but...
And now you know that it is under evacuation as well, north of Sierra Madre Boulevard.
Yeah, I snuck here. You know, there's a will, there's a way. Probably shouldn't do it, but you know what? Under the circumstances, send me to jail. That's fine.
It is unbelievable what's happening here to the neighbors. Your parents' house is still standing. You had a hose. You're doing what you can.
I mean, I have a hose. It doesn't compare to these beloved neighbors that I've known.
That's what's happening right now. That's why I took the vantage point of talking about the insurance. They canceled fire insurance on homeowners and then shut off the water. Massive cancellation of homeowners' fire coverage policies by insurance companies only weeks before the Palisades fires in SoCal. One of the major insurance companies canceled all the policies in our neighborhood about 4 months ago, actor James Wood Water reservoirs in LA were purposely left empty, allegedly. People were left trapped and stranded to die without any help, just like what happened in Mount, allegedly. What is going on in California? This is all allegedly. None of these claims have been substantiated. We just showing. All right, I got another video for y'all. Shout out to the algorithm. Let's do the algorithm boogie. Aqua boogie, baby. I can't get up, get down. Or what you gonna do? I'm an aqua boogie, baby. An aqua boogie, baby. All right, let's go.
Because their homes are in a so-called high-risk zone for wildfires.
It's a situation our NBC4i team has been following for years, and today there are some significant developments that homeowners need to know.
Investigative reporter Lolita Lopez joins us now with the very latest. Lolita.
Kathy and Jonathan, new action from the State Department of Insurance is part of the overall plan to make sure homeowners and commercial business owners aren't left without insurance. And one expert tells us that can mean more discounts for the work owners do to protect their properties against wildfires. Tree trimming, brush clearing among the steps many property owners in California have taken to protect their homes and businesses from wildfires. These mitigation steps must be taken into account by insurance companies writing policies in areas deemed high risk for wildfires, according to a plan by the California Department of Insurance. This week, the department added to that plan, which would increase policy writing in certain distressed areas.
Considering that your home is, probably the most important purchase of your entire life, to find out that you can't get it insured is kind of crazy.
As the I-Team has been documenting for months, homeowners have found themselves being dropped from their insurance policies for various reasons.
So they're passing on the cost to the taxpayer. Now think about this. We already paying taxes. And that new law, the prescribed burn law, is saying that private citizens need to do this, not the fire department who used to do it before. So now I'm not trained. Now think about this. I'm not trained. I got to figure out from YouTube how to do the prescribed burn, because now in order for me to get fire insurance, the high risk has to be mitigated by me. Now, it should be that I pay taxes to take care of the roads and all of this stuff. That's why they say we pay taxes. But even though I pay taxes on top of my tax, on top of my homeowner's tax, on top of my Melrose tax, my HOA tax, all this money I pay now, it's still my fault and my money in order for me to get something that you legally mandate I have. Now, I think I have to have the fire insurance. The bank can take my house. My home loan will not be valid without the fire insurance. So they created a prescribed burn. Remember what the farmer said? I couldn't get fire insurance for 10 years because the liability was too high, because I could not clean up the liability, which was the dead trees. Now, because they have this prescribed burn law, I can do what the insurance company wanted me to do. I can burn up all of the leaves, remove all the dead trees, and then they'll give me fire insurance because the risk is going down. But the government has said it's my responsibility, despite the fact that I pay tax on this property. That's a trip.
And forced to turn to the California FAIR Plan as their only option, instead of the option of last resort as it was intended, according to the Department of Insurance. The state has now created this first ever wildfire risk map to show where insurance companies need to increase coverage, including parts of Los Angeles, San Bernardino, and Riverside counties. It represents zip codes where more than 15% of policies are written by the FAIR Plan, as well as neighborhoods where incomes are low, yet insurance premiums are high. And that's where, under the new guidelines, insurers will have to increase the policies they provide. Implementing these changes is expected to happen by the end of the year.
Similarly, there is a trailer bill that's being attached to the California budget that the governor is looking to sign, which would actually put part of these plans in effect immediately.
Carl Sussman is an insurance agent with decades in the industry and tells us insurance companies will also be allowed to use what's called catastrophe models to determine rates for individual owners, so there's no blanket one-size-fits-all cost.
It's a good thing because it's going to enable consumers to know if they're in a higher risk area than they thought. And they'll also be required, they meaning the insurance industry, to provide steps that the consumer can take to make their home less likely to burn.
How are we going to enforce these changes and make sure that insurance companies do what they need to do and homeowners get what they need?
Another great point. It's actually in the regulations, which I don't think I've seen in the past. They're actually going as far as saying what type of documentation needs to be maintained, in what format, and for how long.
What advice do you have for property owners who are having a difficult time finding insurance?
It's a very difficult time. The best thing to do right now is keep the policy you have, even if the premium has gone up. And I know that's easier said than done, but the chances are very, very good that if you try and shop around, you're going to find even higher prices than you have right now.
But he says the new regulation changes, once implemented, should help the overall situation. And as we look ahead to this summer and the possible wildfires we were just talking about, remember this. Sussman says following a wildfire, the state can create a one-year moratorium from any cancellation or non-renewals of residential policies in those.
Did y'all hear that? I wanted to share that to help benefit the families. Did y'all hear what she said? We're going to play that again. She said the governor of California, this is what I want you to look for in the coming days, just like with Maui, can create a moratorium. Now look, remember what I read to you. I'm gonna bring it back up. Remember what I read to you. The insurance policies were canceled 4 months ago, right? The insurance policies were canceled 4 months ago. Some of them weeks ago. Massive cancellation of homeowner fire coverage policies, insurance companies only weeks before the Palisades fire in SoCal. One of the major insurance companies canceled all of the policies in our neighborhood about 4 months ago. Actor James Wood. Y'all see that, right? About 4 months ago, all the insurance policies got canceled. That's what I presented to you, right? So what I want to share with people, and then I showed you the video of the lady where her parents have been living there 75 years. Look at this. Her parents have been living there 75 years.
They're waving me down. Hi there.
No, I'm not supposed to.
That's fine. You decided not to leave.
I know I'm not supposed to be here, but this is my parents' home.
I know the feeling.
And they just they got canceled from their fire insurance. So they're dealing with this. They're 90 years old. And through the state of California, because of this, they're 90 years old. That they've lived in this house for 75 years, and they've had the same insurance. And these insurance people decided to cancel their fire. And we're going through this, and it just happened, and they have no fire insurance. So
they just canceled the fire insurance. So I wanted to present that and then show anybody who has grandparents or anybody who has family there this report right here. That, and this is up, it's not up to me, it's not up to us. This is something that the governor could do.
Possible wildfires we were just talking about. Remember this. Sussman says following a wildfire, the state can create a one-year moratorium from any cancellation or non-renewals of residential policies in those affected areas. Now, we have links to the information from the state and so much more on our website, NBCLA.com.
The state can create a one-year moratorium. So the people who lost their fire insurance and were in good standing, meaning you were paid up, you didn't do anything wrong, they just canceled you because of risk in the past couple weeks, in the past 4 months, you need to be calling your local representative. 2025, the phrase for 2025 is politically advantageous. We need to be more politically advantageous in 2025. Straight up. Because this not magically going to happen. I know a lot of people going to be like, whew, oh, thank God, perfect. We got 1 year. No, you don't got 1 year. You got to get on the governor's head. You got to get on your county representative, your congressman, your senator, your supervisor. You need to get on their head. You need to be calling right now. And it doesn't matter if you live in California. It doesn't matter if you live in Southern California. You need to be calling your county, your local representative. You need to understand what it means to be politically advantageous. And you need to be saying, hey, you need to open up that moratorium. If you want my vote, you need to open up. What are you talking about? For the fire insurance. You want me to come to your dinner and pay $500 a plate? You want me to come? You know, I own a tow truck company. You remember you invited me? Oh, yeah, I remember you, Mr. Perfect. You own the Perfect Towing. Yeah, I own 20 tow trucks in your area of the city. That's why you invited me to your party, to support your campaign. That's right, Mr. Perfect. Yeah, I need you to call your boss and tell him we want a moratorium open up. That's how politics work. Because it ain't going to be automatically in the moratorium. And the insurance companies is not going to go easily. Because what if they did know that a fire was coming? The insurance companies is not going to go easily. Don't just assume that they're going to open up their moratorium and you're going to be able to get some get back. It has to be done. You need to put some pressure on your local politician. You need to understand how and what that means, how important. See, as I talk about it, as I've talked about it, it hadn't really mattered to people, you know. Now, I guess it matters to people. Sad. You gotta wait till something like this to learn what it means to be a constituent, to be a citizen, and to be politically advantageous. Because you gotta advocate now. Now, when Dennis says politically advantageous, it's starting to make sense because now you gotta advocate, and now you start understanding the laws in the same way Perfect has been presenting them, and you say to yourself, well, damn, Perfect is right. I pay a lot of money in taxes, but beyond my taxes, I pay a lot of money in homeowner taxes. I pay Melrose tax. I pay all these taxes to live in this house. So after I pay all this money and taxes to live in this house and to be American, you know, Perfect on here talking about it's the land of the free, but it ain't free. I paid all this money for this house. I pay all these taxes to be in this certain area of the city. Supposedly, it's supposed to be safer. I'm supposed to have more fire trucks and more police officers to protect me. That's why I pay a higher tax rate to live in this part of the city. Any of this ringing true to anybody? But even though I was mandated by law to buy fire insurance, I bought it. I was mandated by law to buy car insurance, I bought it. I was mandated by law. I've done all the things I've done to be a good American citizen. And they cancel my policy. And you gonna tell me after I've done all of the things you asked me to do as a good American citizen, spend all this money, you gonna tell me, well, the insurance company said, Perfect, they will insure you if you clean up that debris that I told you couldn't clean it up. Wait, don't get mad. I know you're gonna get upset. Check this out. You can clean it up now. Yeah, I know for 10 years, I haven't let you clean up that debris. And that prohibited you from getting fire insurance. And it almost it put everybody else out of business. I don't even know how you still in business, Perfect. I wasn't trying to put you out of business, but check this out. You now have permission from me. I'm your partner, Jesse Willie Earl. Now you can go ahead and you can clean that up. You can go ahead and burn that up. You got to pay for it, though. You got to clean it up. Fire department, I'm not going to help you. I know it's a redwood tree. Probably going to cost you about $10,000. It's going to cost you some money. Yeah. Now, we do have the equipment. We got a forest rangers. We got forest organization. We have the people trained. We have the people trained. We have the professional equipment, but we not going to help you. You got to, this is what the law says. Prescribed burn, private citizen, you're going to have to hire somebody that used to work for the fire department to do it for you, or you're going to have to do it yourself. But it don't, all the taxes, we don't care about all that. Despite everything you've paid for, the remedy to this solution is that you, as a citizen, a working class citizen, you're not rich. The remedy is you pay more money out your pocket. Think about that. The remedy is, as a working class citizen, after you've paid all of these exorbitant amounts of fees, this is how we're going to fix it. This is what the Democrats said in California. We're going to fix it by you paying more money. Listen to this.
Them all morning long. So tens of thousands of people under evacuation orders for the Palisades, Eaton, Hearst, and Woodley fires. And we are just learning from the Angeles National Forest that the Eaton fire has exploded to over 10,000 acres. Firefighters are anticipating another tough day trying to get those fires under control. Live look here in the Los Angeles area at the fire right now. So what we do know is that at least 28,000 structures are in danger of burning down, and firefighters will have to battle strong winds as they try and contain those flames. So with that, we want to get over to ABC's Alex Stone joining us live this morning from Altadena, where the Eaton fire is burning today. So Alex, tell us more about what you've been seeing so far today.
Yeah, Jordan, so this fire really is exploding today. And looking at the firefighters behind me, they have been working on this home right here, trying to save it. There are a number of homes down these streets that are now gone as they continue to try to battle the flames. They're taking advantage of a little bit of a lull in the wind. Earlier today, this area was getting hit by 100-mile-per-hour winds. Now they're trying to battle back the flames. Hurricane-force winds fueling wildfires in Southern California, burning the equivalent.
So that was one of the things we left out today. And that's one of the things Miss Perfect Timing mentioned also, the wind. We didn't get the wind here in Northern California, but she had warned me about the wind because she knew I'd be outside doing my workout, working with the dog, and I go get the kids. And she said, hey, it's going to be windy. We didn't get the wind in Northern California, but did you hear that? 100-mile hurricane winds. So not only 4 weeks ago, they canceled the insurance policies, but then this fire comes, and then you got hurricane winds that just blows the fire everywhere. So my brother Alonzo Hall just came in the chat. Salute to Alonzo Hall, the insurance guru. And I called your name out, brother, because we were talking about insurance, and you had taught us here a lot the difference between whole life and term life insurance, and how to use this insurance, and how the Rockefeller Rothschilds use these insurance policies to inculcate power and to keep money. And I thought about how you taught us about paying into these policies and having one for your child to be able to borrow against to buy a home or buy a house. And a report I just showed, a woman talked about her mother and father living in a home for 75 years, having the same insurance. Because like I said, you have to have, if you ever purchase a home, you got to have homeowners insurance. It's the law. You can't just have a home without having it insured. Just like you can't have a car without having it insured. So they purchased a home. They've been there 75 years. They've been in good standing with the insurance company. They paid for the fire insurance for 75 years, but then they get canceled. And I was wondering, why doesn't the fire insurance work in the same way as the whole life policy? Why is the fire insurance, why are you able to cancel me if I'm in good standings, and then I don't have any ability to recoup any of the money that I've invested in this policy? It's still a policy, right? So when Alonzo explains this thing to us, this policy, the fire insurance is still a policy. And if it's a policy, how is it I don't own a piece of the policy? Because the life insurance is a policy, right? I've paid into it, How is it that you can cut me off based on your risk analysis? So even if you do have the right to cut me off, shouldn't I recoup based on the policy in the contract that I've had with you as a company? Shouldn't I recoup some monies? Just give me my money. Just give me my money. Shouldn't I recoup some of my money after 75 years? And what I said, Alonzo, is it would have served them better to purchase a whole life insurance policy from you, to where because you've talked about this before, if something befall you in your life, you have this to borrow from. If they would have paid into a policy for 75 years, from what you explained to me, if depending on what they buy, after the first 10 or 15, 20, the policy would be paying them back. Just like with the Rothschild. And then they would, if their house burnt down, they would be able to rebuild their house. And they would have accumulated so much equity in this financial instrument if they would have paid into that for 75 years. But the law mandated them to buy a product that didn't yield them anything, that only benefited the insurance company. How does that work like that? That doesn't seem fair to the consumer. So that's why I was talking about you, brother, because I put the link in the chat if you want to explain it, but it's cool if you, I know you be busy, but that was one of the questions that we had. That's why we was talking about you, brother. We was like, why and how does the fire insurance work that way? And I believe this is a valid question, which is why there is that option in the state to call in that a moratorium for a year and make the insurance company pay out. Why would you say they would be able to do that? Because the person paid in so much money. So they feel comfortable convening a board and a moratorium and then going through the different individuals looking at the policies. And I would hope they would look at a policy from a 90-year-old person that's been paying for 75 years and say, yeah, this person qualifies. You have to pay out that policy. They've been paying you for 75 years. You got to pay out that policy. It ain't going to be as much money as they paid you for 75 years, but you got to pay out that policy, period. And that's what their moratorium would do. And that's why their moratorium law exists, because legally it's a ripoff. You got to pay out that policy, bro. Someone who's been paying 75 years, you got to pay out that policy, period. It's crazy that they're getting away with it.
Of 5 football fields every minute. California now under a state of emergency as firefighters battle the flames around Los Angeles. The fire is so intense you can hear the howling winds and crackling embers. You can see the embers flying right at the camera, the wind allowing the embers to jump from structure to structure, igniting anything and everything it can. Over 50,000 people are under mandatory evacuation orders, but it's been difficult getting to safety. On Sunset Boulevard, drivers abandoned their cars after getting stuck in traffic, trying to get out of the fire zone.
We got in the car to go, and then all the cars were abandoned, so I had nowhere to go, so I just had to get out of my car and start walking. The smoke is so bad.
That also made it so firefighters could not get in. They used a bulldozer to move abandoned cars. ABC's Matt Gutman was there.
And all of these cars, including us at one point, were stuck in this gridlock. And in order for firefighters to actually get to the fires, they had to carve a path.
The flames reaching an assisted living center in the hills above Pasadena, workers rushing to get people out of the building using wheelchairs and rolling beds.
I was running up to the 3rd story, 2nd story, carrying people down, just picking them up because we do have a lot of wheelchair people in here.
Workers were able to evacuate all of the residents safely before it went up in flames.
Please prioritize your safety as well as the well-being of those around you.
Over 1,000.
All right. Sounds like we lost Alex there, but that was Alex Stone reporting live from Altadena.
I thought.
And Los Angeles fire departments were forced to reach out to off-duty firefighters from other areas asking for help to battle these fires. And ahead in our next half hour, ABC 10's Candice Red explains how Sacramento firefighters are helping in the firefight in Southern California. That's coming up at 11:30. And for more on the...
Now, remember, we showed a story here where Los Angeles gave away stuff to the Ukraine, but now they need help from the Sacramento Fire Department.
Fires happening in the Los Angeles area, head over to our ABC 10 Plus app. We'll be tracking it all day long with live coverage, updates, images coming in. It's just devastating. So it's a reminder to people, reach out to friends or family who are in the LA area.
Definitely what we're seeing here is a lot of friends, people we know in that area, but a lot of that community up against brush, wild, really forested areas where we see a lot of wildlife as well. But what we're really tracking here is, of course, the strong wind gusts. So it's always a how did this fire start kind of situation, and that is a big question. But when we get a lot of the strong wind gusts that are incorporated, we tend to often see a lot of power lines shaken up as well. And sometimes they can blow. We don't know the cause of any of these fires at this moment, but we know once those winds hit, any fire that sparks could be a wildfire start instantly. And what we've seen so far here is the Palisades. When that kicked off yesterday, we saw a lot of brush first getting hit on that mountainside and then rolling down the hill. And that's because we're looking at an easterly wind that is pushing that fire down slope. That Palisades fire, almost 3,000 acres now. Now, the Altadena fire breaking out yesterday night, well, we're seeing that one growing to about 2,200 acres. Also knowing people who live there saying they were forced to evacuate instantly as well. Mandatory evacuations. Luckily, some people there are a little bit more fortunate, of course, than the Palisades folks. Even downtown areas, the Palisades is destroyed at this moment. We're now tracking the Hearst fire that is approaching I-5. That's off the 210 freeway, and a lot of people looking to evacuate that region. Now, the next one, I should say, that started this morning, the Woodley fire, as of 6:15 a.m. is only 30 acres, but pretty much in the center there of the city. So a lot of these fires taking off with strong wind gusts, and it's not going to be really until we start getting to
4 fires. I didn't know there were 4 separate fires. Yeah, this fire department is going to have a hard time. Now, remember what we reported. They sent fire hoses, they sent body armor, they sent all this stuff to Ukraine, and now you got 4 different fires to fight at the same time.
tomorrow night, we should see things starting to slow down. This is a massive area of Southern California that's currently under high wind, as we are starting to see significant fire potential down there. We'll bring you the latest and more updates coming up. Side and then rolling down.
So you got Palisades, you got Woodley. She said that 6 a.m. this morning. So why this is the issue when you have multiple fronts, right? And then you got Altadena, and you got the Hearst fire. This one, she said, was 30,000 acres. Palisades, 22,000 acres. Basically, Palisades is gone, she said. And they're watching the Hearst fire. So you got all your efforts at these 3 fires, and then you don't have anybody to lock down. And now you got a brand new fire, a Woodley fire. So now you got 4 fires, and now you need help. And we just reported to you that Inglewood, of all places, gave away hoses, body armor, not just being low income, but being in a place where wildfires are prone. Why would a place that has wildfires prone give away equipment? I have no idea. But 4 fires, 4 different fronts of what we facing in Southern California. I don't know if anybody knew that, but I'm happy to share the information. Let's see what else we have for y'all. Let's see what else we have for y'all. How's everybody out there doing in TV land? Y'all make sure y'all watch the video of my last podcast I did with Street Doctor last night. We chopped up Joy Taylor. We chopped up Travis Hunter. We did some reactions. You know what I'm saying? I showed some videos. If y'all don't know about the Joy Taylor incident, the lawsuit and everything, that's viral right now with ESPN. So if y'all want to hear my commentary on the Tracy said, good, perfect. How you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. You know, I'm older than Boulder, you know what I'm saying? Getting older and moldier every day, you know what I'm saying? So I feel it's cold weather, arthritis, you know what I'm saying? Bad back, bad ankles, bad knees, you know what I'm saying? My foot is hurt, you know what I'm saying? I still did my workout despite I got bad circulation. Other than that, I'm doing great, man. Well, I'm super blessed. Hey, yeah, Kid got promoted. We celebrated you the other day, brother. And I said, thank you for the cash out. But yeah, Ken got promoted. We roasted you. We roasted you. You know, I got to wait my 2 minutes before I cuss you out. I almost cussed your ass out before the 2 minutes because Ken monkey ass came in the motherfucking chat, y'all. This nigga came in the chat, dropped off at 2 comments like dirty laundry. Oh, this nigga, man, had me hot, man. I roasted his ass for 5 funky minutes, man. 5 minutes of funk. Ooh-wee. 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 Funky, babe. Oh, man, that nigga dropped off his comments, man, like some dirty drawers at the laundry. I said, man, we don't do laundry around here, nigga. This is not the laundry, man. Hey, perfect, man. Hey, I'm gonna drop these dirty shit off for you, man. I can't hang out with you, man. I can't be, no, man, I can't fuck around with that. I done got promoted, man. You know how niggas got, yeah, man, I done got promoted, nigga. I couldn't hang around you niggas, man. I can't, what Cat Williams said, I ain't even hanging out with niggas who do the same thing for their birthday next year, man. This nigga leveled up, level up. This Beyonce ass nigga, man. This Beyonce ass nigga is leveling up in the parking lot. I know you got that Beyonce playing when you come here, nigga. Level up. Hell, man, this nigga got promoted, man. Came through on a nigga, man, dropped off a cash out and a couple comments. Like, nigga, fuck you, man. I can't fucking, man. I can't do it, man. I got promoted, man. I can't be in the chat, man. I can't be doing the suckers. I was with the bullshit, man, but I done got promoted, man. I done made it. I done got promoted. I can't fuck with you, nigga. I just the shit you be doing, man, it's cool, man. But no, man. Ain't that about a bitch, Tracy? Ain't that about a bitch? This nigga dropped off a couple comments, man, like some dirty draw. Hey, nigga, hey, I got promoted, nigga. I can't fuck with you, no. Hey, and that's what a nigga do. Ain't that what your cousin call you? Your cousin call you up, like, hey, cuz, you know I got promoted, right? Hey, congratulations, yeah, nigga. I can't fuck with you no more, nigga. Yeah, man, the bitch said we can't hang out no more, man. Yeah, man, you be drinking and smoking too much. I be drinking and smoking too much? Is that what the bitch said? The bitch said, I drink and smoke too much? That's what the bitch said, kid. That's what the bitch said, so he can't hang out with me no more. That's what your cousin do. Your cousin call you like, yeah, man, you know I got promoted, nigga. You still making the same money, nigga. You not gonna affect me and my promotion, nigga. So, nigga, I can't. Oh, shit. Oh, nigga. I ain't fucking with you, cause I ain't fucking with you. You little bitch ass nigga, I ain't fucking with you. I got a promotion issue. I got a million other things I'd rather fucking do than to be fucking with you. Little stupid ass. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Hey, that's Kid on the way to the new office to the promotion, man. He's skipping, man. I don't give a fuck. I'll do the crip walking. Hey, Kid crip walking all the way, man. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Hey, Kid, what's like? These niggas hating, man. These niggas, I got a promotion, man. Niggas hating. Niggas hating, you know, man, I don't give a fuck, man. You know, niggas hating, man. You know, I knew it. That's why I ain't fucking with niggas, man. You know, I knew it. Oh, that was so funny, blood. We laughed for like, I laughed my ass off. This man said, hey, perfect. Oh, shit. Hey, but hey, and this is another part that your cousin do. This is what he said. This is what he said. He said, hey, perfect. You know, I can't be all up. I can't be all up in the chat. I can't be all up in the chat, you know. So I'm gonna just drop this shit off for you right now, but I can't be all up in the chat, man. I done got promoted, man. I can't be doing that shit. Okay. Thank you, brother. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for the cash app. Thank you, brother. And thank you for letting me know my level. Thank you letting me know where I exist in your life. See, this is where you love your family, your members, your peoples, man, because your peoples will put you in your place. You ever had a motherfucker put you in your place? Like, nigga, this is where your level, this your bracket, nigga. You thought you had a, nigga, no, this is your bracket, nigga. Your bracket is Woo! Woo! Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. Hey, this is what you do. Get promoted. Everybody in the chat, get promoted so you can put niggas in their bracket. And don't be afraid to tell niggas what bracket they, nigga, you knew what bracket you was in, nigga. You watched the NBA, nigga. We got brackets, nigga. Nigga, you didn't get a promotion, nigga. You were in a bracket, nigga. This is the bracket you at. I deal with you here, nigga. This is the perfect, I'm gonna slide you in here. You ever had a bitch, and you got multiple bitches, and there's Tracy in the chat. Tracy's a gorgeous woman. Women be having niggas. And so niggas be fucking up the bracket. Bitches be having their brackets down cold. Oh, bitches have brackets. See, I can say this to men is black welfare, but y'all do not apply the bracket. Bitches be having niggas in brackets. And I mean, they got a group text. They got a group call. They got Zoom calls. Bitches got Zoom calls because the one alien bitch then put a nigga in a different bracket. Hold on, you little pick-me bitch. You didn't put perfect in the wrong bracket, bitch. We gotta call a Zoom. We need a Zoom. We need a group text. This monkey mouth-footed heifer did up perfect in a different bracket, bitch. We have already allocated perfect to the motherfucking bracket, bitch. And there's always one of you old fay alien hoes coming into the group chat trying to elevate a nigga bracket. No, bitch. And see, but niggas will, what did I say? I was talking to Street Doctor last night, man. Just because you keep her, don't make her a keeper. I mean, niggas will wife up a hoe trying to make a hoe a housewife. So look at all these bitches. Ari. How many bitches is it? Ari, Miss Miami, they all look the same. I get confused between little baby mama, money bag, yo baby mama. All these hoes look the same. And one of the things that you realize, and the rappers be talking about fucking up, but what I see is these bitches, they got y'all niggas in brackets. And bitch, if a bitch step out of line, bitch, you go viral as a pick-me bitch. Why is she a pick-me? She's a pick-me because she's fucking up the brackets. Bitch, and we don't do that. The niggas do that. The niggas marry Brittany Renner. The niggas marry Travis Hunter. Marries a hoe, you know what I'm saying? Niggas fuck up the bracket. The reason why we getting that Travis Hunter, because there's a bracket system, nigga. And you're fucking up the bracket system, nigga. That bitch is a pass around. She's for the streets. And you are fucking up but if this was women, it would be a Zoom call and they would make that bitch understand, bitch, that nigga don't that nigga don't receive that type of treatment, bitch. He don't receive that type of treatment. Go out with your husband and they see you hugging on your husband and calling him daddy and kissing him and being all affectionate and subservient. Bitch, you on the Zoom call. Bitch, you on the bitch, you on the group chat, bitch. You try to elevate a bracket, bitch. Yeah, man. I was just going off on a little tangent because niggas don't do the bracket system right. You see Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is fucking up the bracket. Bitches, and this is the thing, they check each other. We don't check each other. We can't, Travis Hunter ain't listening to nothing that nobody's saying. But women, nah, man. That's why Tracy laughing so hard. Women have a bracket system. They say it on every panel. If you're above 6 feet, you're in a certain bracket, nigga. If you make a certain amount of money, you in a certain bracket, nigga. If your dick is a certain length, you in a certain bracket. And women is cold. Women will call a bitch and say, hey, why you treating that little dick nigga like he is a big dick nigga? What they call it? They call it big dick energy. I didn't make the term. They make the term. And a bitch will check the next bitch because she fucked that nigga before, and she'll check the bitch on what bracket that nigga is in. You walking around with that nigga like he in a different bracket. Men don't talk like this. Men don't talk like this. But women will roast the next woman and say that she walking around with that nigga like he in whoop bracket. We don't do that. We be happy for you. You come in with your fat, ugly bitch, we happy for you. That's your bracket. We don't get on the phone and we don't say, oh, this nigga walked into the bar with the bitch like he is a different bracket. We don't put niggas in brackets and shit. Like we don't judge. Some niggas is like that. Some niggas is real feminine in 2024. They do that shit. You know, I ain't from that generation. My generation, I see women do it. And I see women collectively do it. And collectively check the collective. You know, the beehive. This is what happens at the beauty shop. My auntie owned the beauty shop. So I would be in areas where this would go on before the Zoom, before the group text, before the cell phone. They would be in the beauty shop. You would come in and get your hair done, and everybody would laugh at you because you fucking with Marcel. This bitch fucking with Marcel. They was already talking about you before you came in the beauty shop. But when your fat ass came in the beauty shop to get your press and curl, they got at your bitch. This bitch is the bitch fucking with Marcel. Bitch, you fuck with Marcel, bitch. I was in the beauty shop. The bitch was up, and the bitch know when she came in, she was getting chopped up. Your ears burning, so you was good. And the women don't hold back. Women say it to the bitch when she come in. There's a bitch in the shop waiting to talk to the bitch like a dog. Men don't do that because it'll be a fight. But it's a bitch in the beauty shop waiting. Bitch, you fuck with Marcel to the bitch face. I done seen it 1,000 times. Bitch, you fuck with Marcel. Don't you know Marcel got 3 kids by Stephanie? Fannie Willis was fucking a married man. I wish they still had that beauty shop. Fannie Willis was supposed to walk into a beauty shop and everybody in the beauty shop was supposed to say, bitch, you fucking with Nathan. Bitch, you know he married to Esmeralda, bitch. Bracket that bitch, you fucking with Nathan, bitch. Bracket that hoe. Bitch, you fucking with Trevor. You know he just got out of prison. Oh, you heard about Charnel? Charnel fucking with Trevor. Trevor just got out of prison for robbing a bank. No, for real. She come in the beauty shop. Bitch, you fucking Oh shit. Tracy said beauty shop is the best gossip place. You better know it. Yeah, so congratulations to Ken. We happy for you, brother. That's my way of celebrating, is roasting you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the comments that you left. Cause it made me feel, like Tracy said, how you doing? Perfect. And I thank Tracy for asking, but it don't be easy to do this. So to be honest, brother, it felt good. For two reasons: that you came, that you cared, and that you got elevation in life. So I was very excited after that. My podcast was a great show. I started it off by roasting you, so I was in a good mood. I was in good spirits. And I believe that was because somebody I care about received a blessing, a very deserving blessing. So you know how I am, man. I'll be happy. I had to invent Watch Your Taco Tuesday because I'll be so happy for others. And I got to remind people like myself to be happy for yourself, to celebrate yourself, because I'm the type of person that, that go overboard celebrating for somebody that I care about. So I created Selfish Thursdays and Watch Your Taco Tuesday to remind myself, as much as you care and love, admire the people who love you, you need to do that for yourself. And that, that's the blues and the greens, and how you don't paint yourself into a corner and feel like cheated in life, is that you remember what I said when I first came back. I said I wanted to ask a question: is do you have the will to love you as much as you feel you should be loved? Like, it's a lot of men on panels saying, well, the woman don't do this and the woman don't do that and society don't do this. And I kept hearing God say to me, well, brother, do you treat yourself that well? And I was like, God was like, man, perfect, go share that with them. Because it's a lot of men, victim and saying that, people ain't loving them and respecting them the way they deserve to be loved and respected. But are they loving them? Do you have the will, is what I ask. Do you have the will, fortitude to love yourself? Because what I've learned in this journey is that on self-help is that if you love yourself in the way you feel, then other people will meet you there. Other people will meet you at that level. If you show that you do not care about yourself, then you will find yourself surrounded with people who care much about you as you care about you. Now, you might find that to be their fault, but I'm telling you, young man, that's your fault. Because what it is they care about you as much as you care about you. So I just want to ask people, do you got the will to care about you as much and as well as you feel you need to be cared? Do you have that? Are you stuck in you waiting for the girl to buy you a PlayStation? I love that analogy. You waiting for her to buy your PlayStation or do you feel you deserve the PlayStation? Because if you feel you deserve the PlayStation, then you should get it for yourself. Do you love yourself enough to treat yourself as well as you expect her to treat you? She gonna have to catch up to me because I'm already buying the PlayStation. She gonna have to buy a controller or a game or something because I feel I deserve this PlayStation. I feel I deserve this Corvette. I feel I deserve this Harley Davidson, so I'm gonna get it from. Do you have the will to love yourself, to treat yourself the way you feel you deserve to be treated, and to then dictate how others treat you? And I don't really be seeing people really exhibit that. Because them is the people that you be intimidated by. Them is the people house you don't want to go more. You don't want to get in their car because their car clean. Their house is a certain way. They carry themselves. And it's not because you was coming over. It's not because you was going to get in the car. You don't like hanging out with this person because they treat themselves a certain way. And you know they're not doing it for you. They doing it because they feel like they deserve this level of treatment. You ever met somebody like that? That be fly for no reason? They just feel like I deserve to be treated like this. So I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait for a nigga to treat me the way I deserve to be treated. I'm just not. It's shrivel up on the vine. So, man, You invented that because you always hungry, nigga. Fuck you. Beyonce ass level up ass nigga. Level up ass nigga. This nigga gonna be playing that shit when he get back in too. Level up. Hey, the partner go, hey Ken, what you doing? They gonna, what you in there doing, nigga? Oh, nothing. Level up. Beyonce level up ass nigga talking about I'm hungry. I stay hungry. I ain't ate yet today. Shit. My stomach, can you hear my stomach growling? I'm on water. You see how, you know a motherfucker hungry the way they drink that water. I don't know, when y'all was watching the video, I was drinking this water like it was food. I was drinking this water like it was a cootie cat, like it had a nipple attached to it. I'm like, this is not getting no nourishment. I'm just continuing. This is a big ass cup. Drinking. Stomach just, because there's nothing in it but water. Water. How'd you wash your ass? Water. Did you use soap? Water. Hey, Steve, come here. Steve, come here. How did you wash your ass? Huh? I took a shower. But what did you use? Water. How did you wash your ass? Water. 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 How did you wash your ass? Water. Let's see if we can find it. I don't know if we can find it. Water. I was watching something else the other day. I told Mrs. Perfect Timing. I don't know what it was, but it talked about how those people don't bathe, and it was waxing, and I don't know, I ain't show it on here because I don't think you can show it, but it was talking about, it was these ladies who wax women, and they were saying how the women were so dirty that they haven't taken a bath, and then another woman came on there and said most women ain't bathing like in days, and they coming in there with cottage cheese and doodle balls and all type of shit to get a wax. So yeah, man, wash your ass, man. I can't find it. It's not coming up. But that's one of the funniest memes. I showed that to my wife. Oh man, how did you wash up? Like, but I use water. It's not coming up though. Water. I gotta go get Bubba. It's 1:30. I gotta go get Bubba. I'm hungry. Can't talking about you hungry, nigga. If you only knew I'm hungry, nigga. Why you even bring up food? That's somebody. That's the type of shit people do to fat people, nigga. Yes, I'm hungry, motherfucker. You know I'm hungry. I'm fat, motherfucker. Shit. I wasn't even thinking about food. That asshole gonna bring up food. Now I'm thinking about what I'm about to eat. I'm starving in this motherfucker, man. I'm trying to go as long as I can without eating, and you gonna bring up hunger. Yes, I am starving. Like Marvin in the vegetable garden. I can't find it. I can't find it. Water. Bacon burgers. I don't eat bacon. I don't eat red meat, but that sounds good. I be making a bomb ass turkey burger though. I put I'll be on the health kick, so when I do my turkey burger, I put hella breadcrumbs, so it'd be mostly breadcrumbs. It don't be that much meat, and I season it. And person might think, oh, that ain't good, but it's like I'm not really going for like a hearty burger, meaty taste, but it's more of the cheeseburger nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? Because we grew up with burgers and shit. And then people be doing the smash burgers. They make it look so good. So I do a turkey burger, smash turkey burger, turkey bacon. We've been cheating with the beef bacon. because I don't eat red meat. But it was a comedian, somebody we was watching, and he was talking about beef bacon. And then we both fat, you know what I'm saying? You know you fat when food gets you excited. This motherfucker started talking about beef bacon. We looked at each other and said, "What's that?" We got up, we went to the store. we found the Holy Grail, like, oh, beef bacon. we so much beef bacon in this house right now. We didn't know. My wife, she's so supportive. Thank you, Miss Perf Time. So she don't eat the red meat. She likes steak. She could eat the red meat, but she don't buy the red meat stuff. So we just do the turkey bacon, and that's like on the weekend. I don't really eat the shit every day, but I like the family communal aspect of a big breakfast because it reminds me of grandma and shit. So we get the turkey bacon. The comedian told us about the beef bacon. We rushed the store, got the beef bacon. Nigga, we in love, nigga. We is in love. Beef bacon better than pork bacon, boy. I'm telling you, you ain't never had nothing so good in your life. All the things of pork bacon, boy, but it tastes better, more hearty, more meaty, you know. But some people like the gristle and the fat. You know how grandma would chew on the gristle and the fat of the bacon. You know what I'm saying? But that's why Bootsy would want his bacon extra crispy, because we don't like gristle. We don't like gristle and fat. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not meat to me. The beef bacon, oh, man. Hallelujah, 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 beef bacon. Hallelujah, hallelujah, beef bacon. Man, come on, man. You gonna make me a beef bacon BLT right now, man. Tracy said, now I'm hungry. That's how I felt. Tracy, that was so funny. We both looked at each other and we ain't had no beef bacon. You know, beef bacon is $1,000 a pack. Because you want the good beef bacon. Beef bacon it's the most expensive bacon. Beef bacon is $1 million. $1 million. So then I done fell in love with the beef bacon. Probably was on sale when we first bought it. Come to find out, beef bacon is the most expensive bacon. Bacon bits. Never even knew. Never even knew. Beef bacon, the most expensive bacon. So y'all have a great day. Let's say a prayer for everybody dealing with the fire in Southern California. I'm about to go pick up Duda from school. We're going to make some cereal, some peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and hang out. Play the video game, play some Legos Ninjago or Sonic the Hedgehog. The OG Sonic the Hedgehog. I got him the O for Christmas. The OG, the one me and you used to play on Sega Genesis. That's an old nigga right there. Who had the Sega Genesis? I had the Sega Genesis. I had Sonic on the Sega Genesis. So Lil Daddy got Sonic, the same one for the Sega Genesis. So we gonna be on that. Y'all have a good day. Prayers up. God bless everyone in the Palisades in Southern California. Pray for a resolution and pray for safety, because it's not just the fire, Father, it's the smoke and the aftermath and every residual effects of that tragedy for years to come. So it's not just today. We pray a covering of them, an extending prayer, Father. We ask all these blessings in your name. Amen. Please bless the podcast, the listeners of the podcast. May they be blessed and the messages be blessed for those who hear it. Amen, amen, amen. Y'all have a fire day. You know, remember when we did the Maui show? I want to pray for those people in Maui. For some reason, God just put that on my mind. And, you know, I don't hear a lot about that anymore, but those fires are extremely tragic. They had the high winds. And like I just said in that prayer, it's not just today, it's the days after the tragedy. You know, we talk a lot about trauma here. And there's trauma associated with loss and when you lose something from fire. I talk a lot about losing people to gunshots. You know, when I grew up, I remember having someone talk to me about losing something to fire. And we had a very intimate conversation. That was my first time understanding loss from that perspective. And it really traumatized them, that it wasn't just a loss, but they had lost this precious thing to fire. All right, y'all. That's what I'm gonna leave y'all with.